everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Lucy. If you are new here, please hit subscribe so you can come back and watch the rest of my videos, and if you're already subscribed, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today's video is kind of a little review video. If you haven't seen already, I've been doing reviews of my time in first year at Urdang. I did a term 1 review, term 2 review, assessment review and a summer show review, and they will all be in my Urdang playlist, which I'll put up in the cards for you guys to check out. This video, I thought I'd do what I've learnt in first year. Obviously, in all of these review videos, I've kind of touched on what I've learnt throughout the year. However, I wanted to do one video as a bit of a roundup to tell you guys, and also it's been a really good reflection for myself, because sometimes I sit and think, oh my god, what have I actually done in first year? But taking the time to sit and write this stuff down, I think really has helped me to realise what I've learnt in first year, how I've grown and where I want to go to in second year. So I have split this video into 4 different categories, 3 of them being obviously performing arts related, so singing, dancing and acting, what I've learned in those 3 disciplines throughout the year, and also the 4th and final category is going to be on a personal level, so personal growth, what I've learned about myself as a person. Obviously this is kind of a weird time to do it because people usually like to do this stuff at the end of a calendar year. However, I feel like looking back on what I've learned about myself over the past academic year is really vital before going into second year and seeing what I can achieve in second year. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into this video, and again, as always, if you guys have any questions for me, please message me on Instagram, leave them in the comments, whatever is easiest for you. I love chatting to you guys and I love being able to help you out. Also, I have had a few messages from some of you guys that said you're coming to Urdang in September, which is so exciting. I hope you guys are getting really excited. Do not be too nervous. It's going to be amazing. Fresh is going to be so fun, and yes, it's going to be the best time of your life, I promise. So, to get started, I'm going to start with singing, because singing is something that I would say, personally, normally I would say, oh, I'm a singer, that's my strongest discipline. And I do still believe that. I am, at heart, singing is my favourite of the 3 disciplines. However, I have learnt this year that I need to stop labelling myself as a singer. Singing, yes, I know is my strongest discipline. I need to not put myself in a box of I'm just a singer. And I think that's been a really vital lesson this year, especially being surrounded by some incredible dancers at Urdang. Although at times it makes you feel like, oh my god, I can't dance to save my life, I've literally got 2 left feet. It makes you realise that I'm currently in a bubble with some of the top dancers that are training at the moment, and the fact that I can keep up shows that I haven't got 2 left feet and I actually can dance and I'm not just a singer. Another thing that I learnt, which I mainly learnt in summer term, is that I love singing American ballads. I kind of knew this already, but literally throughout summer term, when we got to sing whatever we wanted, every single week I'd want to sing an American ballad, which in some ways is nice because I got to do the kind of songs that I loved, but I really need to start focusing on things that are not my strength, i.e. pop, which is my next point. But yes, I love singing American ballads, and I absolutely loved singing loads of them throughout summer term, and I know we spent a lot of time on them in second year, so I'm very excited for that. The next point, which I briefly touched on, is pop songs. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with pop. I am obviously a musical theatre singer. I'm not a pop singer. I by no means want to be a pop star. It's never been in my radar, it's never really been a dream of mine. However, musical theatre and the pop world are kind of going like this at the moment, and for a lot of musical theatre contemporary shows at the moment, they're looking for pop audition songs. So that's something very important to have in your rep, which I am quickly learning. Throughout summer term, I told myself, I'm gonna find my pop song, but like most people, if it's something you're not good at, I like to bury it to the bottom of the pile and kind of try and ignore it. However, that is not the solution. So throughout summer term, I sang a few different pop songs. I didn't sing them in group classes because I wasn't quite ready for that. I was a bit too nervous for that, but I did do them in one-to-one singing lessons, and I think I did show myself that I can do pop. It's just a lack of practice, and the more I practice it and the more different songs I try, the better I'm going to become at it. So as much as it still scares me, summer show and first year did open my eyes to being able to do pop and not being scared of it. And the final one, which is very generic, but I thought I'd just tell you guys about it anyway, is that I think I'm less afraid to make mistakes in singing. I think a lot of us, if we label ourselves as singers, we think we have to be perfect in every single class. But what we need to remember is that classes are for learning, and it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to take songs that you're not as confident at, i.e. I need to take pop to group classes. So I still have that kind of journey to go on with that, but I feel like I have improved, and especially in summer term when we had to perform in classes in front of second and third years, I was super nervous the first week, but by the final week I thought, you know what, we're all learning, and I really saw growth in myself in that aspect. So that is everything for singing. Now I'm going to move on to dance. So kind of like the point I touched on at the start of the singing topic about not labeling myself as a singer because I can actually dance, is that I need to believe in myself more with dancing, and I feel like I've really improved with this year. It's kind of been a journey like this, been like a roller coaster, but I feel I've come out better at the other end. So when I first came to Urdang, I was like, oh my gosh, get me to the back. I stood right at the back, and my flatmate Reese will back me up on this. In our very first musical theatre jazz class, I was like, I can't do this. The routine is taught too quickly, it's too difficult, everyone else is way better than me. I stood at the back, I hid, and I hated every single second of it. And then when I came out of that class, I just felt like absolute rubbish. So I thought, you know what? I went home and had a little chat with myself, and I thought, Lucy, next week you're going to go right to the front of that class, and you're going to concentrate for that whole hour, and you're going to try your very best to pick it up. And I came out of that class feeling absolutely amazing because I'd done my best, I'd been fully engaged in the class, and I actually managed to pick up the routine, and I proved myself completely wrong. So I think that was a huge learning curve for me, and especially when it came to picking up routines, I went from strength to strength this year, which made me so happy because it's always something that I really struggled with. I am still one of those people with dance routines that I need to really concentrate to pick them up, but when I do, I've proved to myself that I can pick it up. The next thing that I learnt in first year is dancing in heels. So this is never something I've done properly before. I've never done classes on it, just done a show. They'd be like, put heels on, and then I'd hope for the best. But we had girls heels classes, which I spoke about in my summer show video, and I really enjoyed this class. It's a completely different experience properly dancing in heels, but I really enjoyed it. The next thing in dance is street. Now, I did street for the first time this year as part of the first year course. In the first week, as before, I absolutely hated every second of it. I'm not a street dancer, I will never be a street dancer. I'm not cool, I will never be cool enough to do street. However, what I've learned in street is that I can take the elements of street style and apply it to other aspects of dance. Like I can apply it to jazz as a style, and I feel like it's really helped me in that way, and also it's just really helped my confidence. Our teacher Boogie was incredible, and he was really good at like pulling us up and giving us confidence in the fact that it didn't matter that we weren't street dancers. As long as we gave it our best shot and gave it a go, that's all that mattered. And the final thing for dance is that I can do a dance solo. Now, this was absolutely petrifying for me, as I know it was for a lot of my friends as well. We had to do a dance solo for one of our assessments, and I thought, I can't dance on my own. But I did it, and I survived, and it really wasn't that bad. So I think, again, I just proved to myself that I can do things if I put my mind to it. Okay, and on the final musical theatre side would be acting. I don't have as many things written down for acting. I kind of struggled for things to write down for acting because I feel like acting is a very like slow burner, and I feel like you don't realise what you're improving on as much as you do in singing and dancing. That's just personally for me how I feel. I'm not very good at noticing what I'm doing better in acting. So I have two things for acting. The first one being that I really enjoy acting for camera. I'd never done acting for camera before, and I went to the class every single week in summer term, and I loved every second of it. And it really showed me that I would be very interested in a career in film, television, presenting, all those kind of things, as well as the West End. So it really broadened my horizons in that aspect and showed me that there's lots of other things that I would enjoy doing. I feel like doing YouTube also helped me with that class because I did not feel uncomfortable in front of the camera as much as I would have, and I did not find it weird talking into a camera because I literally talk to a camera to talk to you guys every single week. And the second and final thing for acting is I love Shakespeare. I love doing Shakespeare. I love reading Shakespeare. I love trying to understand what it all means. I love the subtext of it, and yeah, I just really love it. And I think Shakespeare is partially a thing that comes with age. I think everyone when they're younger at school is like, oh, can't be bothered with Shakespeare. Well, at least I kind of was, but really this year I've grown to love it, and I really enjoyed doing it for my assessment. Now, quickly on to personal things because I've rambled for about 5 hours in this video. The first thing I kind of learned, but I also already knew, is that I'm better when I'm busy. I am such a good, busy worker. If I have all the time in the world, I will sit and do nothing and won't get the one thing done that I need to do. But if I have 10 things that I need to get done in one day, I'll do them all. The next thing is something very personal, but I thought I'd talk about it, is that if I want to lose weight, counting calories does not work for me. And it works for some people, it works for some of my friends, and I didn't understand why it didn't work for me, but it really, really doesn't, and I just need to never do it again. So I think it doesn't work for me because if I literally go 1 calorie over, I'm like, oh, well, I might as well eat a whole chocolate cake because I've gone 1 over, so might as well just do that. And also, if I'm counting calories, all I think about is food, so I'm constantly hungry. I'm much better at just trying to eat healthier, and yeah, it's just definitely more effective for me. Counting calories is not good for me. The next thing is also kind of weight and fitness related, is that going to the gym with friends is very fun. I always thought, no, I like going to the gym by myself. I like to just put my headphones in, get in the zone and just do it. However, I spent a lot of summertime going to the gym with my friend Ella, and I absolutely loved it. My friend Ella and Thisbe were often at the gym when I was there, and then we just ended up starting to do things together, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's so good to like motivate each other, and I feel like in times when you give up when you're by yourself, because your friend's there, you want to keep going. It's kind of a little bit of competition within you, and it's really nice to have each other there to support you. And also, if you're going with someone else, it motivates you to definitely go because you don't want to let them down. And the final thing that I've learned in first year is that I love living in central London. I feel so lucky to live where I live. I feel so lucky to train at Urdang, and its location and everything about the living in central London I absolutely love. And also, I feel so lucky to live in 2 cities that I absolutely adore. I get so excited to go back to London, and I get so excited to come home to Dubai. I'm so grateful to be able to call both of these incredible cities my home. And yes, I'm just very excited for the next 2 years, and hopefully even more, living in central London, as long as I can afford it. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really enjoyed looking back on my time in first year, and I hope you guys have as well. I know this video is probably very long, so if you've made it to here, please do give this video a thumbs up to let me know if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe down below to see the rest of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye!